On August 1st, 2020, Manitoba Crop Alliance was born when 5 crop commodity organizations joined forces and aligned under one banner. Their goal was to increase efficiencies while maximizing profitability and sustainability for Manitoba farmers. Ever since, wheat, barley, corn, sunflower, and flax growers across the province have been stronger together, achieving things that would have been impossible without this historic collaboration. But how did we get here? For that story, we'll turn to the people who know it best, our farmer members. We invited several of our directors and delegates, past and present, to reflect on MCA's growth over the past 5 years, the organization's greatest achievements to date, and the bright future that lies ahead.
The amalgamation allowed all of our different commodity groups to come together and share overhead and resources so that the maximum amount of farmer checkoff dollars can go towards research and towards outcomes that will benefit farmers. So especially coming from a smaller crop type like sunflowers, I believe being part of MCA has really made our voice louder, has allowed us to do more with, finite resources. The way that MCA is structured, where delegates join a crop committee and then a few members of each committee go up to the board of directors, really helps to balance our perspective for each crop type.
It's farmers' money, but it's going collectively to other crops. And I think that really helps the small crops, but also, it just benefits agriculture in total. Because the more options we have of crops to grow, the better.
Manitoba is one of those kind of rare spots in the world that we grow a lot of variety of crops. Our climate allows us, and I think it's something to be celebrated, and I think by the amalgamation we've continued with that investment in some of those small crops and how it helps us be unique and gives us a chance to be more sustainable.
5 years ago, you started out with cautious optimism, I would say. It's a whole new territory for all of us around the room and all of our associations at the time. And so, I would say that's how it started. Well, now it's just like, it's clockwork. It's just working. I can't say what the real formula was, but again, goes back to staff. Goes back to direction from our membership. It goes back to those issues to make that a smooth process. And today it's just fun to be around the board table.
The board style has really set MCA apart. When you can get farmers' mind space and say, where should we be going? What should we be doing? Like that's very empowering. And that's completely different than most organizations.
When you speak as one, your voice is just heard more. We are speaking for 5 commodity groups, speaking as one. It just resonates better.
So having a unified voice, I think, has helped a lot in explaining to the governments how maybe some of their thoughts will affect the farm and their initiatives. So I think in that has been one small area that maybe I didn't realize when we amalgamated how positive that influence might be in that aspect.
The amount we're spending on research right across the board, I would have to say that's the biggest payback to any producer, to have ongoing varieties in whatever crop that they may be growing, to have access to that new varieties, to hopefully benefit by yield and dollars in their pocket.
I will say the sunflower breeding program that was started by the National Sunflower Association, that MCA was able to continue after amalgamation. So I've been able to grow a couple of test plots with the varieties being developed in that program, and they're night and day better than the current varieties that I'm growing. So I really see that as a concrete example of what farmers can do when they get together, and how the commodity organizations help us.
Ag in the classroom, farmer wellness program, really great programs as far as giving back to the ag community. We do lots of research and a lot of good stuff there, but to invest in those certain programs, I think that's right up there.
I think getting the Canadian Wheat Research Coalition and the Barley Research Coalition up and running so that it's Western Canadian driven and it's going to guarantee some breeding efforts in Western Canada is probably, in my opinion, one of its best achievements.
Awareness. The biggest thing is to make sure that our memberships, producers, are aware and engaged with what we're doing.
MCA relies on its farmer members to stay engaged and to keep contributing their checkoff dollars, and so just showing farmers, the value for money and communicating all the work that is being done at Manitoba Crop Alliance, I think is just an ongoing challenge to make sure that we are explaining ourselves and being transparent about all the work that we're getting done.
Well, unfortunately, I think the writing's on the wall that we're going to see decreased federal funding in our research, and I think that's probably where Manitoba Crop Alliance is going to have to pick up the slack and make those hard decisions on what we can fund and what we can't fund. 5 years from now, I would expect them to build on the strong voice we already have. I think in Western Canadian circles, Manitoba Crop Alliance has a strong voice, and we're probably hitting above our weight class. I think that comes from a strong strategic plan set by the board and then great staff. So I would expect that to continue.
We've really got our feet under us as an organization. We've got a strong strategic plan to guide our next couple of years, and I think there's a lot of appetite around the organization to make sure that we're the right size for our farmer members, that we're delivering on resources and information that will actually help farms at the farm level. So yeah, I think there's nowhere to go but up.
What a journey. It has been an honor to represent and advocate for our farmer members across the province for the last 5 years, and we're just getting started. Thank you for your continued trust and support. You make everything we do possible. Manitoba Crop Alliance is stronger together, 5 years and counting. When we combine our resources, our ideas, and our shared experiences, there's no limit to what we can accomplish.